Hi, I'm Ron with Amazing Mile Marker Stops, and we're in Portsmouth, Virginia, aim 0 on the Atlantic ICW.
Hello, fine people out there. I'm Gresham Nimmo, town surveyor of the fine city of Portsmouth. Portsmouth has the largest collection of antique houses between Alexandria, Virginia, and Charleston, South Carolina. With history as one of our finest resources, Portsmouth played a central role in all of America's wars, having one of the oldest naval shipyards in the nation. They've been repairing ships down a mile that way since 1620. The paint was barely dry on Jamestown when they started.
My name is Commodore James Barron. We are members of Maryfield and the Colonials. We are a group of reenactors who help people explore this fine city. We give walking tours here in Portsmouth.
Hi. We take people around the residential district and talk about the history, the architecture, the commerce here, the change in technology and how it influenced the growth of Portsmouth and Virginia in general and the United States as a whole. We talk about the many fine museums we have in town, like the Naval Shipyard Museum directly behind us.
And if you happen to come visit us here in Portsmouth and you find one of us walking the streets, we'd love to tell you things to do in the area, as well as where to maybe find a nice bite to eat or a nice pint.
Hi.
I used to fall apart, lose myself, then give my heart away. Come and go in shady places. I used to sit and stare. Now the light runs through my lashes. It's taken 40 years, blood, sweat, and tears. You are the love. I can't show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm up and kisses. Oh, life has a quirky way. Circle breaks, we find a new day.
One thing we found is Portsmouth is a bike-friendly city, and that's good for us because we go around on our bikes all the time. And this city is very bike-friendly. Everywhere you look, you see these little bike stands to put your bike up against or padlock them to, which we always like to do. You see these bike lanes for bikes to ride safely on the busier streets. So thank you, Portsmouth, for doing a great job making it easy for us to ride our bikes around.
You are the love. I can't show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm up and kisses. Oh, you are the love. Sing it.
I found my handsome prince.
I can show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm up and kisses. Oh, you are the love.
started raining on us. As you can see, it's raining pretty good. So we quickly locked our bikes up and darted into Longboard's restaurant. Happened to be right next to us when the rain started. And it also just happens to be supper time. So I guess all the cards fell in place. So we got a little bit wet, but not too bad. And we're gonna get something to eat. Hopefully the rain will quit by the time we're done eating. It seems like every corner we go to, they have these plaques here. And we asked at the Welcome Center what these plaques mean. And apparently what it is in England, when they lay out a town, they lay it out in squares, kind of what we call a block. And so to let you know what square they were on, they put these plaques down. And so when this town was originally laid out, long time ago, the guy that laid it out was from England. And so he did it the English way, and he did everything in squares and put these plaques down so you know what the squares were. So some of these plaques are actually original. Others have been restored and replaced. But as you walk around, you have all these different names. And they said they get the names from either the street it was on or the name of the building that was located on that block. Different reasons that they'd come up with the names, but everywhere you walk around, you see these names. This one's called the Golden Square, and that's the Welcome Center behind me. Very helpful people, great information, got a nice little gift shop in there. So if you come to visit Portsmouth, you definitely want to stop at the Welcome Center, and they will tell you everything you need to know about the town. I bet we can guess what was originally on this block.
Sorry, your feet hot.
I didn't think it through.
Now go ahead and get something on your feet.
Let me grab this real quick.
Have you
Sorry.
standing there with your baby.
Oh, okay, thank you. I
You
didn't
sitting there, your feet burning.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And you're the first name, I'm sorry?
I'm Marie.
Marie, that's my sister's name. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Ron and Marie. Sounds like a music group.
Your
Mayor Shannon Glover.
Shannon Glover.
Yes, we want to do some really neat things here in our city
so excited.
and get this place just as you guys are
very
smiling.
cool. Sorry
That's all we
about
want to see, are smiles and babies walking down.
I got chills.
I got to talk with Mayor Glover for a few minutes off camera. He seems like a really nice guy with a genuine love of Portsmouth and a lot of ideas on how to make it even better than it already is. I wish Mayor Glover and Portsmouth all the best of luck.
How are you? My name is Chris in Old Town. Now, over on this house, there's a symbol that represented the fire insurance for the local houses. There were actually 3 companies that would do that. Now, if you had this symbol on your house in colonial times and there was a fire, the fire company would come and try to help you put out the fire. But if you didn't have the symbol, they would wait when the house burned down, and then they would sell you an insurance policy so that maybe next time if you rebuilt your house, then they would come and help you if you had a fire again. Hi, we're here now at the Lafayette Arch. This arch was built in 1976 as a replica of the original arch, which was made of wood. It was located 2 blocks south of here, and the wooden arch was built to commemorate when Lafayette came to visit Portsmouth. And when Lafayette came, the people of Portsmouth thought that this was his first visit coming to the city, but he actually informed them at that time that he had come to Portsmouth as a spy during the Revolution. So it wasn't his first time, but it was the first. It was his first legitimate visit to the city. And so they built the wooden arch 2 blocks south And then in '76, they built this permanent arch at the entrance here to Lafayette Park, a brick arch to commemorate that visit. So now we're here at the Grice-Neely House, and if you look at the Grice-Neely House, you'll see a lot of really beautiful ironwork, and it was hidden for the longest time. The reason for that is that when Portsmouth was occupied, the people who owned the house at the time knew that if they discovered that they had this beautiful ironwork, that the occupiers would have captured that for the ships in the battle. There's a beautiful ironwork. There's also a tombstone over here that's used as a stepping stone for a child, and it's related to this tree. I believe that when the child died, they planted the tree, and that's the beautiful willow tree that's there.
Every Thursday night during the summertime, they have a free concert here in Portsmouth, and one is just getting ready to start. It runs from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and we're getting ready to hear the concert. There's a huge crowd gathering here, as you can see, and looks like it's going to be a fun time.
When I wake up early in the morning, and when I come home at night, everything is covered in darkness, and the sun is out of sight. I guess I'm living in the dark age, yeah, because I sure can't see no light. Ever since you left, there's been nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. I try to make this world a little brighter, but the flame was put to rest. Now everything is covered in gloom, and my heart is put to the test. I guess I'm living in the dark age.
Hi, I'm Ron with Amazing Mile Marker Stops, and we're somewhere.
No, go ahead and, not so much. Put your elbows back now. No, put your arms up, put your elbows back. No, it didn't work for you. Okay, put one down. There you go. Nah, you should be fine. That's better.
Okay, so everywhere we go, every corner that
No.
we,
Something like every other corner.
it seems like every corner we go to, they have these plaques.
Visit Amazing Mile Marker Stops.